Capital
Hi,
Improvement
newbie.
Committee.
I do
Okay.
a lot of things, I've never done this before.
No,
We're nice
No, I
people.
know, he's like, it's better if you go anyways, if they have any questions, you have all the answers.
so just for the record here, you're Bill Green
Bill Green.
from the Highway Department?
Yes,
Okay.
that's,
So the six-wheeler is the 1-ton or
the
the
six-wheeler is the five-ton.
the 5-ton?
That one that, the first one that I did, the '05, and
Yeah.
the '06 10-wheeler, the cost of those two trucks together was, the new truck was a little bit more, and those two, it cost me to build those two together. And
Wow.
that's just a difference in 10 years. They
Right.
go into the emissions and stuff, they're getting crazy.
I
The
know.
price is going through the roof on these things. I got just some rough idea on where the 1-tons are right now. I almost fainted.
Really? So,
It's
well, let me
insane.
give you this. This is the current capital plan, and it shows the trucks that are scheduled for purchase in the Highway Department for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So, that's where we are at this point. But what I wanted to do tonight was just go through, reiterate the purchase for this coming year, which is fiscal year 2017.
Yep.
We have a 1-ton scheduled,
Right.
okay? And then we'll just talk a little bit about the future purchases, just to make sure we're still on track here, but.
Right.
So the sole purchase for this year is the 1-ton. We had an estimate from the road commissioner for 58,000.
That's,
Is that
Nope.
for real?
nope, not now, it ain't. That was,
So when did it change? Because he gave us an estimate.
that was, because we were supposed to originally get it last year, it got bumped.
Correct.
Yes.
So that was, and lots happened in the year. Just from, like you said, I've only had a few days to go through all this. He told me about it last week, but I'm up to almost $70,000 for what we built the last truck for. It's getting insane.
And this is
70 grand.
because of the emissions?
Emissions, everything's gone up. It's just getting crazy. The plow, the previous plows I bought were $4,200, we're up to almost $6,000 now for Fisher plow for that truck. It's getting a little crazy. The central hydraulics went up. It's just crazy.
All in the past year?
Well, the prices I got for this price here was actually like this time before last year, so it's been over a year,
Yeah.
the last time I gave them the price for it. And then it got bumped off and.
Okay,
This
so
is-
we
this
need
is-
to, we
This is
need,
basically what I built the '09 Dodge for. It was
Okay.
$58,000. I mean,
Which is a- which is a
cabin
what?
chassis right now is
which is a
just
what?
shy of 50, that's a '09 Dodge 4500.
One ton?
Yeah, it's a one, they call it a
One-ton.
one-ton, it's a little
Yeah.
more, a little heavier than a one-ton, we've been
Yeah.
buying heavier than
No, I
that.
mean, just so I understand
Yes.
what size truck we're
Right.
talking about.
The gross vehicle weight on that is a little over 16,000, so we can haul a good sander in it in the winter and not have any
Yeah.
problems with the plows and everything on it.
Yeah.
We started going that with, back in '05 when we bought the Ford F-450, we got a little heavier than a one-ton.
Yeah.
Just, it's been working out good.
So what are you gonna buy this time? Fords or Dodges?
The Dodge is, the prices on the Dodge, I'd rather have the Dodge, I've had great luck with the Dodge. But the price is just unrealistic on that. That's the same spec as a Ford, it's almost $8,000 more.
Really, huh? And now, is that compared to like a 450 or a 550?
It's the 4500, which is the same GVW as the 450 that,
Okay.
so I got the '05 Ford now, which we've had good luck with, it's a 6.0, I work on them all the time and they're a nightmare, but, I've had good luck with that one, nothing major, just stupid little stuff on that, but.
Yeah.
Been able to keep it running, no problem, so. But, they're just getting harder and harder.
So,
Okay,
let's
go ahead,
get,
John.
I'm just trying to get clear. What you're saying is this 1-ton, it goes from 58 to 70?
Yeah, it's going up that much.
Okay.
To build it the same way I built this last one,
So that we have to change, is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah, so what we need to do is,
keeping with it, let's see, what the next one is up, 175, 510.
well, let's talk about the 58 first.
Yep.
The 1-ton, okay. So, did you bring an estimate with you?
I did not, it's just so quick, I just talked to everybody that I get the stuff from, and, I went through the municipal book. This
Yeah.
is the Plymouth County mass bid, and with all the options that I needed on it, that's what the price came to.
So 46 is,
That's
this is
a
just
rough-
for the
that's
chassis?
just a
Chassis.
rough price,
This
that's
is
just
just-
a rough price too.
Right.
And
For the chi-
that is 15's pricing, not 16's pricing.
This is just for the chassis,
Yeah.
and then what do you have to buy, the
Dump
body?
body, central hydraulics, and the front plow. I run central hydraulics for Sanders.
Yeah.
'Cause they're just a lot easier than having the pony motors in the back, you don't have to have somebody climbing up there to fuel them in the middle of a snowstorm.
Right.
Just plug it in, it runs off the truck. It's the way I set the Dodge up, and it's worked out great.
So what's a realistic figure for the 1-ton for this
I could
this
probably
coming
make
year?
70 work if I had to. You know, like I said, it's tough to say, because, you know, if we do get it, we're not gonna be getting it till next July, and whatever, everything goes up between now and then, steel, all that stuff affects all these prices.
So if we,
It's tough to,
okay,
you
so
try,
if
you
we,
try to give yourself a little cushion.
so if we put in 75, would that be a realistic?
Yes, I mean, I shouldn't have a problem with that, no.
And if you spend less than 75, where the money comes
Fine.
back, right?
Yeah,
It's back into the town.
I don't know how that works, but that's, that's fine.
So we need some kind of documentation
Yeah.
at some point.
No, I just,
though.
like I said, it was just so quick, you know, I finally got a hold of the guy that does the bodies and stuff today, but he was at a, bid spec somewhere in the South Shore, but he just called the office and got some quick pricing, you know, comparable to a truck they built recently for another town or a city. But I can get hard figures.
Yeah, we'll need like an estimate,
Yeah,
just
give me a couple weeks, I can take care of all
documentation.
that.
Okay.
But like you said, you know, it's hard to, a lot of times, especially like Donovan's, where I get the bodies and stuff through, they'll add in a certain percentage, figuring what they've gone up in the recent years
Right.
to the next year, because like you said, we're gonna be ordering it almost a year from now before we get the truck, July 1st of next year,
right.
so. You
Right,
gotta kinda,
'cause they bought, yeah. it's
So you
bought-
buy the body separate and have it sent to you, and then you put it on?
well, it
or-
depends, I might just have Donovan do it. That's the way I did the last one, I had the time to do it.
Yeah.
We've been so busy lately, I haven't even started working on the trucks for this year yet.
How many guys at the department now?
We got 4 now.
4 full-time
Three
guys?
under me. Yeah. It's working out good, we got some good guys on.
Yeah.
We just been so busy, the Pines and, you know, everything else.
Yeah, the Pines.
This guy over here volunteers us for all that stuff.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I'm not nagging anymore.
I bet you don't miss that.
I don't.
How'd you like your parking lot? Were you pleased with the parking lot?
Oh, it was big out there, isn't it? Huge.
Come on, guys. How's it
Okay.
been doing in the rain? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all
It's
right.
been okay.
So we just wanna look at what's on the plan for the future here. So we got a 5-ton, and then Bob had talked about getting a sweeper truck
Yeah,
a couple years from now.
Yeah,
and
I have
then a
no
vacuum
idea.
truck.
yeah. I have no idea what one of those costs. I can find that out too, because the same company sells those too.
Yeah,
So obviously
so,
for the 15,000, he was talking about buying a used one or
Yeah.
something. I mean, he had it.
yeah,
And just from,
the vacuum truck was the
yeah,
big,
just from
the
people
big-
I've talked to that have owned used ones, used is not the way to go,
yeah,
because they're just a nightmare.
breakdown.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff going on. That was one, I think that was originally when he was trying to buy Mike Shaw's truck,
Okay.
which, after talking to Mike Shaw, I'm glad we did not buy Mike Shaw's truck. Mike Shaw, boss, bought that now, and he's regretting it.
So the sweeper item will be significantly bigger than
Yes,
15,000, right?
Like you said, if you want, I can get you a ballpark on what one of
Yeah,
those
we,
goes for.
actually, we need to like
You
revamp
wanna
these
revamp
numbers,
this? Okay,
Yeah.
what else,
all of them,
what else we got there? Val?
everything that's on
The
there.
5-ton.
5-ton truck.
Now, see the sweeper, the vac truck there, that actually, we could probably do both with the sweeper and the vac truck, could probably do both.
Together?
Yeah, sometimes they do. You can get a combo unit.
Yeah,
I might be able to make that work. I'll find out.
Okay.
okay, so what else is in the inventory that is gonna need to be replaced? Cause these are cause we're, the capital plan is like 6 years out, okay? There's the current fiscal year and then the next 5.
Right.
So right now, there's nothing scheduled for 2022 for the highway department. So,
That's.
do you have an idea of what would be next
So you got the 054, the
in
sweeper.
5 years, what you need in 5 years? Here, I have this, well, this is kinda old. Bob hasn't given us an updated asset inventory for a while, so, but let me, here,
Why don't they
take
give him
a
one,
look
make
at
a
that.
copy of it and let him,
Yeah, that's
let
what
him
I'm,
take an
that's
update.
what I'm gonna do, yeah.
All right, this one's cross the list, no, that's.
Let me, well, let me
That's
copy,
Bob's
let me,
truck,
let me
right.
copy it, okay, I wanna keep
That's
that.
pretty up to date.
I wanna keep this.
God, I look at that old man in that TV show there, and I say, my goodness, look at him. He looks like an old.
Who's he talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about myself. Look at on the television.
Uh,
Isn't it awful? God, I gotta get a
How old-
hat.
how old
I gotta
are-
get a hat.
How old are you now?
I'm 79.
Yeah, you look pretty good for
Yeah,
70,
yeah.
man. Still gets around pretty good.
Yeah.
You should see him chase me. Him and his dog. Chasing after me. I'm tough to catch though, aren't I?
Hey, now listen up. They've just passed the money for the fields at the back.
John, you're on,
And my understanding is Mr. Dunn wants to,
John, on TV.
yeah, that's all right.
Okay,
My understanding is Mr. Dunn wants to have you guys work on.
I plead the fifth.
My understanding is he wants you guys, if he does do the fields, he wants you guys to mow it. And I know Bob doesn't want to do that. He says he's got not enough manpower to do the pines and that.
Mowing takes up, especially in the summertime, takes up
I
a good
know,
chunk of
it
time.
takes a big chunk of time. So I just give you fair warning that that's coming down the pike.
Yeah, we need to get back into doing roads.
I agree with you. The roads are starting to look a little bit raunchy.
I mean, we haven't had the money for it, you know, cause that's the 97 project, but we gotta get back on the roads.
when is 97 supposed to go?
Things up to bid now, there's been guys looking at it, a couple of people have inquired about Valley Tree for staging and stuff, so. I saw a guy out there the other day, you know, taking pictures up and down the road of everything, he kept moving up and taking different pictures and stuff, so he must be bidding it. I heard Newport was bidding it. So it's supposed to start this spring.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Um,
this is.
So that pretty
yeah,
up to
this is
date?
pretty up to date, yeah.
Okay, good. So, is there anything on there that looks like it's gonna need to be replaced in 5 years?
Well, the cat stuff's all taken care of, because we got the revolving lease for cat for that, so. Other than that, I mean, everything else is on the list there.
How about the cost of these 5 tons?
That's, the last one I built, last 5-ton, was, I did it for just under 170. That was last year.
So we have 175.
Yeah, and that's gonna be
So-
in 2 years, so I would say that's gonna be unrealistic too.
Wow,
It's getting crazy.
that's scary, isn't it?
Well, the emissions, there's a step every 4 years in emissions, and it gets more difficult and more difficult. and
Really?
Everybody's scrambling. I mean, the first one that came out, people are just starting to figure that one out, and that was 8 years ago. You know, so anybody brings a truck in now and they get it worked on, they get it back, and like, wow, this thing's never run so good, because they've been figuring it out as it go, but they're coming on so quick, mechanics and stuff, they can't, even the manufacturers can't figure them out fast enough. It's been a headache for everybody.
Wow.
Now, this,
So, I guess, so that's the next, our job.
I mean, I can-
Is to figure out
right.
how much these things are going to
Right,
cost.
if you want, I
which-
can get, talk to everybody and get updated prices,
Yeah.
but they're gonna be ballparks, because it's hard to predict what
We
the
just wanna be in the
economy's
right-
gonna do.
right.
Like you said, steel affects the price of everything.
Right. We just
raw
wanna be in the right
materials.
ballpark, that's
Right.
all, because right now, obviously, we're
Right.
not.
Right, you're gonna have to
What-
all be adjusted.
question, what's the rate of change currently? I mean, like, last year was, say, 50 grand, as it becomes 75, or,
Right.
what's the rate of change at the moment?
It's just, it's
You
tough to call, it's, you know, like, right now, the steel's down a little bit, but other stuff is up, aluminum, all the non-ferrous metals are up. It's just, it's hard to call, because everything's driven by raw material, the price of everything. You know, rubber was driven by the, oil was up, so
Oil
tires
is
are made
now
out of
down.
oil.
Yeah, oil is down.
Yeah. So, you know, it's fluctuating all the time. But the trucks, as far as they're getting more complicated, they're getting expensive no matter what. The price of those have been going up. Like I said, I built 2 trucks, a 10-wheeler and a 6-wheeler, for the same price I for actually less money than I built that one last year for. And almost the same exact truck as the first one I built.
Okay, well.
And that was in a period of 10 years, I think, at the time, 9 years.
Okay. So, as far as the vehicles that have to be replaced, what's on the plan now is
That's
accurate?
exactly, yeah.
Okay, so there's nothing on the inventory that should be added to the,
Nope, you're
Plan
right now, you're up to
5 years.
date.
okay.
So this
So-
Mack dump truck, is that gotta be replaced or what? I mean,
We're still running it. She ain't got much life left in her, but we just use it in the wintertime for putting extra plow
But
truck.
it doesn't need to be replaced.
It's already been replaced.
Right, so you
technically.
just,
Yeah,
it's an
just-
extra. you
Just
just
an
run
extra,
it.
we only use it in the winter now for plowing.
Yeah,
We don't sand with it anymore, it's just a big plow pig.
Okay.
all right, so I guess then the thing we need to focus on is just getting some updated numbers.
I
so
can
we
do that.
So we can update the plan and,
Like I said, I'll get you one for the 5-ton, 6-ton, and I'll find out some information on the back.
whatever's on there, that's what we need.
All right, and, when you wanna meet back,
You can,
just give it to one of you guys?
yeah, no, you can, you got email?
Yes,
Yeah, I'll give you my email address, and you can just email it to me.
that'd be good.
The other thing is, you were asking for numbers on 222, so 2022, you don't have any sense of what you might wanna replace in
Yeah,
that?
not right now, no.
Yeah,
Okay,
he says
well,
he
you
will
need to
update.
think about it, if you can,
Yeah.
and talk it over with Bob and
I
see,
mean, how many years is that? What's this, 15?
5 years
years.
from now.
Yeah, so.
I know that's a bit of a
Yeah,
tall
well,
order.
we've been running on a 10-year plan, so
Okay,
it's
Yeah.
nothing really gonna be up right then, but, I'll have to think about it.
Well, I know we've tried to look at 10-year plans, like for the fire department stuff, it's a little, it kinda gives you a basic picture, but it's hard to,
Yeah.
like you said, hard to nail down the
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah, just everything's
So-
just getting so complicated.
So we'll stick to 5, and that gives at least enough of a
Right,
heads up what's coming, you know?
right. But I'll do that, I'll get some updated numbers for you,
okay.
Yeah, let me,
so you
any,
guys can
you
adjust
guys have
them
any
accordingly.
questions about
Good.
highway department?
You know, it's like you said, the equipment side, we're all set on that, cause we got that revolving cat accounts, so.
Okay. So we're pretty much on target then, except for
Yeah,
the
no,
prices, right?
Yeah, looks good, we just gotta adjust the prices and we'll be good.
You might want to think about this sweeper truck, maybe, and combining it with this vacuum thing, you might want to think how you're going to work that number, whether it comes up early in 2019 or whether it goes back to 2021. You know, you're gonna have to think about that too. Does that make sense, Jim?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
That's your email?
I'll give you my phone number too,
Alright.
just in case you need it.
I got his.
He knows how to get me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know where he lives. He usually finds me first
There you
though,
go, Bill.
or you used to anyways.
Yes.
Alright.
Anything else? All set? Okay, Bill.
Alright, so I'll get you a more definite number on that in the proposal for that one, and I'll get you some.
For the
numbers on-
upcoming one, yeah.
Some updated numbers on
Yep.
this stuff.
Great.
All right.
All right, thanks for coming in.
Thank
See you.
you.
Thank you guys, it was
Good
nice
evening.
meeting you, Jeff.
Good.
You too.
John, good seeing you.
Thanks. Good.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Gee, that's a scary thought, isn't it, these prices? That's
A lot of
frightening.
money.
That's, I think, that's like in 20-something years, it's gone 5 times the value.
Yeah.
So what's that, like 20% a year?
It is, that's what it's coming out.
It's like every 5 years, the thing doubles in price.
I know, this is insane.
Well, look at everything else, though. I mean, out there. All right, let's, I got a couple things I want to look at. Want to look at the minutes for the last,
Oh, you did the
Yeah,
minutes
I
this
did.
time? Oh, my gosh. Jeff, I'm so,
Somebody had to.
Susan, I'm so proud of you.
Come on,
You really are.
all right.
These two E's in meeting, by the way.
Oh.
Don't mind that error, you
Thank
know.
you.
Motion to
no
accept
comment.
the minutes is read.
I'm just wondering, we talked about the new computer for the was it for radio communication, or?
No.
What was it? Did we talk to the
That's just
police about?
the network server.
Oh,
that
that's
runs
right,
the-
I'm getting confused with the,
Right.
the fire
Right.
people,
So
right.
they've actually
No, that's right,
given us 5 years' notice,
yes,
which is nice.
yes.
So that's the
right.
one they replaced a couple of years ago.
Yes, okay.
So,
Yeah, that looks good.
Anything? Okay?
Yeah.
Minutes accepted. And let's just take a peek at the draft capital plan there. So I was looking back over some things that we had in the file. I think we need to meet with the cemetery department.
Yeah, find out if they want anything.
Well,
Did they say they did?
they did last year, and we didn't go beyond, we put the lawnmower on the
But they got
plan.
it, they got it.
They got the lawnmower,
Yeah.
right. But there were some other things that they wanted that we didn't schedule.
Okay, and they were, utility
Walker
vehicle.
mower, that's what they got, right?
Yeah.
So utility vehicle, another mower, this is supposed to be this year, and a half-ton pickup truck. Remember that discussion about the
Mm.
pickup truck? How they needed it to move all that dirt and everything that they have to move around?
I assume that this is second-hand at that price, yeah?
Yeah, I would think so. But we should
What was the
probably,
price, 22?
30K.
Oh, you could
For a
probably buy a
half-ton?
half-ton truck for 30,000.
yeah. Yeah, because they're expecting it to last for 12 years, so that's probably new.
Hmm.
So they're, the one they have is 10 years old.
So did they say they wanted to come in and see us, or no?
I haven't heard from them, because when I sent out the request form via
Mhm.
email, there was no email address on the website for the cemetery department. So I have to call them.
So Bob Guptill is the guy to call.
Yeah. But I mean, we got time,
Okay.
But aside from cemetery, no one else has come forward, and I don't, we
Anyone
have to
else?
meet with the fire department again, obviously, we have to have a
Yes, we do.
discussion.
Yes, we
about-
do. I think it's important that we, when you say he came through in February with another request, we never sat down and talked about it, did we?
Which one?
The fire department came through with another request in...
This year?
Yes, this last February, you said. Last February, there was an item you said was brought up after this year, after we'd
Was the air
finished
tanks
our
or what?
work.
Wasn't it the air
It was
tank?
the air tanks, yeah,
Yeah,
it was the air tanks.
okay.
That was a
An
something
emergency, was
emergency
it?
thing, right, and, because they were expiring and they weren't gonna be valid anymore. Because they have a certain time, life to them.
It's important to convey to him that he needs to look through his inventory and check everything so
Right.
that we are not in this position yet again.
Right.
Do not come in here in February next year and do this to us again,
Right.
because we won't approve it.
Well, that's what happened this year, with the radios.
Well, I
That was
know.
not
I
on
know
the
that.
plan.
I know that, and we need to talk to him severely about it.
Right, but my concern is that, that they dropped that surprise $100,000 for the radios at the last meeting. And we had the pumper for $450,000 on the schedule, on the plan, so I would like to maybe get some input from finance director, finance committee maybe on, is it feasible for us to put all that out on, for for town meeting all at once? I don't know.
I don't think it's, I don't
Well,
think
the
it's
problem
reasonable.
is if we're too easy about just accepting these last minute requests, then it's like, well, why do your homework if you can skate
Exactly,
around?
exactly.
Yeah, you just come in
Exactly.
and-
I totally
I
agree.
can always go back in and say, I need this or I need that.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's the
Well,
game.
see, the thing is that all of these requests have been safety oriented, so, you know,
Right.
you can't.
The whole department is safety oriented.
Well, right, but some things less than, I mean, you know, the discussion on the pumper truck, you know, it always comes back to, well, safety of the men, because they're riding around in an open cab, and it's not supposed to be done that way, and it's too big, but, you know, but they've been doing it all these years, for years, you know, why is it, so when it comes down to the pumper or the radios are obviously much more critical to emergency service than the pumper truck.
Yes,
Yeah, so I mean, we can't really say, you know, we can't really say no to the radios. I don't see how, if there really is antennas, you know, just, if they're really as fragile as he was describing.
Mm.
So we need to have another talk, I think.
the thing is, if there isn't enough money to cover those two items, he has a choice. It's the radios or the other.
Well, that's what I mean, yeah.
And
that's
you
what I'm
have to
talking
make
about.
a decision. But you might want to talk with Denise ahead of time to get a sense of that
Right.
situation.
What kind of money is available?
Yes. Okay.
So, I will try and get a hold of the cemetery department and, for the next meeting. You guys have anything else?
I don't,
Okay, so we'll, why don't I send you an email about the next meeting? I think it's probably be a couple of weeks.
Now, there's a possibility that I might be away between the 4th and the 11th.
Okay.
So,
I'll try to just work around that. then.
if you can work around that, that would be helpful.
November 4th to 11th, huh?
Yeah, which is a Wednesday to a Wednesday.
Okay.
So the 3rd would be all right.
Tuesday night's still good for you, Ken? Okay, all the business being, finished here?
motion to adjourn?
Okay, second,
Second. Thirded.
all in favor?
Fourth? Kill it.
Aye,
Kill it.
meeting adjourned.
So anyway, I was telling you,
Good rehearsals, yeah.